Hi, yeah, before we begin, spoiler warning for the base game of Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is a game where knowledge essentially progresses the story, so, get out. Now. I feel an obligation to make a video about Outer Wilds because there's not a single game that has touched me as much as fucking Outer Wilds. And, I want to talk about it, and mainly a specific moment that I think encapsulates almost everything I've experienced. Outer Wilds has many jaw-dropping moments, from the expedition to the sun station to the... But for some reason that explosion of the big gas ball in the middle of your solar system that happens every 22 minutes is what sits most vividly in my mind. Why is that? Before I talk too much about emotion, I think it's important to talk about when something is memorable. For something to be memorable, it essentially has to check 3 boxes. 1, it has to catch your attention. That one is most prominently done by the music that plays before the sun actually collapses. After it catches your attention, it has to do something. It has to be a novelty. This one is pretty easy because supernovas aren't that common. And then the most crucial part. Emotion. The reason why you remember you are late at your graduation. The supernova has something really intriguing to it. Because you don't experience that event once, and the openness of Outer Wilds lets you be in any location doing whatever activity. Your emotional state is different every time, so you have a lot of different ways to experience the supernova, from stressful speed reading to a slow embrace of death while eating a marshmallow, smelling the sweet odor of pine trees, and feeling a faint breeze contrasting the heat of a campfire. As time passes, these moments, emotions start to collide, combine. They merge with one another to form one big memory. And that's why your thousands of school and work days feel like they can be summarized in something really short. Luckily, Outer Wilds is a little less boring. And as many emotions, as many classes you may take, there's still a fucking sun exploding. And that's what all ties it together. This is what I think sets the supernova apart from all the other emotional moments. Because all those small pieces eventually form one big jigsaw puzzle. But every piece also has a small little story. And the entire jigsaw puzzle is actively being affected by those smaller pieces. There is no correct solution, but it still creates one complete puzzle. I don't know if this is a good analogy. It's not really a puzzle. And as much as I adore the final campfire at the end of time, it's a single yet powerful feeling. It's made to let you experience a single emotion once. And you're not gonna have a very different experience the next time you experience it. It did a fantastic job though, because I cried for 30 minutes. I don't want to start a tangent, but that we can cry because of a piece of art, something that someone else spent hundreds of hours on, is a really cool thought. But yeah, so many small experiences create a big, strong memory than a weak baby memory. Have I talked about emotions enough? Audio is really cool, you know, and a lot of games have really cool audio. Like Disco Elysium, Doom, Ultra Kill, fucking Inscription. You get the gist. Music is often the thing we come back to most after actually finishing a game. You just add songs to a playlist and listen to it whenever, wherever. Outer Wilds is part of that group of games. And composer Andrew Prahlow did a fucking phenomenal job. End times has a few different purposes, like indicating that your loop is gonna end and, well, being a fantastic song. So here is my really bad music analysis. End times has a BPM of about 64 beats per minute. Wrong! You've been fooled by false information. I warn you. My high school music theory is fleeing me. So End times actually has a BPM of 128, double of 64. But the chords are played once every 1.5 or 2, or maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less bars. A bar is 4 beats in this case. But importantly, in the background of the song there's this signal-like synth sound which repeatedly plays the same notes with the same length. It plays a note every beat, so you get something like this. The sense of melody is still lost, but there's also this tension because of the repeating signal that is in contrast to the slow sound of the chords that also forms the melody. It is more complex than this, but like, I'm not here to teach you things, I'm here to talk about my feelings. Or well, okay, maybe a little bit, fuck off. Melodies play a huge role in contemporary Western music. They are the thing that people mainly get stuck in their heads, and the music industry is like in an everlasting war to make the most catchy melody possible. But okay, because of how slow the song is, and the melody itself is already quite slow, the melody starts to feel more disconnected and becomes less prominent. It's also kind of because the melody is like hiding in between the chords. And if there's less melody, your brain is gonna get more space to observe, to ponder what's next, to essentially make its own melody. The music doesn't dictate how you feel. You dictate how the music makes you feel. Today is the 29th of December 2021. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Yeah, I'm really sure what to say here. Yeah. Also, this next part isn't meant for you. You skipped the last part, didn't you? It's been more than 2 months since I last worked on this video essay. And a lot has changed. I'm now officially an art student. Echoes of the Eye has released, which I wanted to finish this video essay before Echoes of the Eye, so that's going great. And we got a Silk Song release date. And it's kind of funny, because I don't really remember writing any of these previous paragraphs. Sure, I know I did it, but all the context, all the meaning behind it, in a way, has disappeared. I'm kind of like standing on the shoulders of my own self. And in a way, I've become my own nomai in some shape or form. It's kind of funny because I've again experienced what I wrote about by reading what I experienced. Great job, Room. Thanks. What? Everything I feel, everything I make, everything I observe, it all shapes who I am. And sure, it's not a very original take, but I feel like I don't pay attention to it enough. And writing this script and playing Outer Wilds has really helped me with realizing that it holds quite some truth. So let's tie this all up with a neat bow. Outer Wilds will probably also become one memory lost in the past, one puzzle piece that shaped me. And those memories can go and collide and combine as much as they want, because I know that they will always, in some shape or form, be part of me, and that's a pretty comforting feeling. And especially for the foreseeable future, but maybe for even longer, Outer Wilds will really be a melody that's gonna be stuck in my head. Kinda. Hi, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have some other projects planned, including a video essay, so if you're interested, feel free to subscribe. It will take a while though. I'm thinking of making a Patreon, but I don't know, we'll see. Also, I finished Echoes of the Eye 2 months ago. I wanna fucking cry. It was so good. Maybe I'll talk about it in the future, but for now, enjoy this cover of 14.3 billion years. Bye.